Hey guys, it's Jay from Jay Draws Disney, and I'm going to teach you how to draw Simba today. So I'm here in Procreate, and I just grabbed myself a technical pen or pencil, and I selected the black. So here we are on a new layer, and I always start with a circle. Remember, when you're sketching, it doesn't matter how many lines you use as long as they are soft. So I start with a circle and then I cross it right in the middle. And the reason I do that is I'm trying to find the center point, or where the nose would be. So in this case, Simba's nose is like a diamond, and there's a little dip down in the middle there. So that's what I drew right there. I'm going to draw the nostrils here on the left side. They're kind of in the middle of each side, and I just kind of darken them in a little bit. From there, I'm going to draw a line coming down. This is going to start his smile right in the middle of his nose, and then I'm going to branch off to the left diagonal and branch off to the right diagonal, and then I start curving it around and going up on that side, and then another diagonal. I kind of left a little space there because I'm going to add a line for his nose. I'm going to do the same thing on the left side. So right side, left side, kind of the same thing, branching off, coming around. Next, I'm going to add this diagonal line. That's for his nose, and the same thing on the right side. From there, I'll go over to the left side and kind of cutting in just a little bit. I'm going to come down diagonal as well, and then we're going to draw the fur there. You can have a few different lines there, that's okay. Next thing I would do is put in for the whiskers, so 3 whiskers, 1, 2, 3 on that left side, but right on the top part of his mouth, and then he has 4 over here on the right side, and those are just kind of swooping down into the right. So we've drawn his mouth, we've drawn his nose. And next I have this little line coming off on the right side and on the left side. Again, it doesn't have to be as perfect, or doesn't have to be perfect at all. It's just a sketch. And then we have these 2 little lines there in where his nose is. Next I'm going to go up and over. So I'm drawing the eye, or the in part of his eye. And then he has this little kind of triangle coming off for his eye there. And I kind of come up and over and down for his eye there. And then inside of his eye, I have these 2 circles. One is sort of the outer part of the eye, and then I put this little circle in there. That's his catch light, if you study photography. And then I fill in this whole area. Anywhere it's going to be dark, I do fill in just kind of lightly there. Let's go over to the left side. It comes up diagonal, and then it shoots over diagonal on the left side and starts curving, and then curves around, comes back to itself. Kind of looks like an A a little bit, but then I do sort of the same thing that we did with the eye over on the right side. I leave a little bit of space so I have some room to add the circles. So it kind of looks like a human eye, but then inside, that's where you're going to add the circles, and I leave a little space. So I draw 1 circle, and then inside that I draw another circle, and I'm going to add that catch light in there as well. So just remember, when you're sketching, again, it doesn't matter how many lines you use, because you're going to go over that with color later. So it can be very loose. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just remember that. Just start with, some light pencil strokes, just getting it on paper. From there, I'm going to come up here with his eyebrow, and then I'm going to go over to the right side and darken that in. That's where so that just makes him come alive a little bit more. And then I'm down here on the left side, and this is where I'm going to wrap the face around. And I'm adding a little bit fur as it comes up. So those are just kind of like triangles, and then I'm going to shoot up and around. That's for his ear. So you see how when I'm sketching, it's just little by little. You don't have to press hard on the pencil. You just slowly get there. So here we go. I'm going to fill all this in here on the left side, darken it in a little bit, and then he has like these 3 little squiggles there inside of his ear. And then I kind of come up and over, and then I do this little curve coming up where his fur would be right there in the middle. Make sure it's in the middle of where the nose is. And then I continue on because I'm going over to the other ear. And again, this kind of cuts in there, and then I'm also it's very similar to the left ear, you know. And you have the lines in there, and then I'm going to continue on with his face over here, and that kind of cuts in and connects to the bottom part of his mouth. Last thing to do is sort of add these paws. I kind of curve down off the face and then cut in. And then I have these his paws coming in here. He's got 4. So again, doesn't have to be perfect or look exactly like the one on the left side. We're just using that for reference. You can change any of this up. And again, I'm just drawing this quick within a few minutes. I just want to show you how I draw it and how I go about drawing all of these characters. Again, here's his paws, just drawn very quickly. And, you know, when you go into coloring, that's when you can form everything even more. I'm doing his fur over here on the right side, and that's when the body's going to kind of connect. And then we have our line here, and that's basically it. So definitely follow for more tutorials on how to draw different characters.